Today, we're diving into a gripping story. What happens when pirates try to take on a powerful United States submarine? We'll uncover the high-stakes encounters, cunning strategies, and unforeseen twists that define this captivating saga, where the clash between modern warfare and age-old piracy takes center stage. Submarines have been one of the Navy's most essential warfare tools for decades. Particular parts in submarines allow them to work underwater. They're very different from submersibles, which have relatively limited underwater power and require a mothership to launch and recover it. The submarine's construction is also distinct and unique compared to other boats. There are two main parts to the design of a submarine. One is its hull, and the other is the structure on the inside. The hull is the top layer of the submarine, which acts as a form of shell. The internal construction of the submarine comprises machinery, advanced equipment, and spaces for the crew members. There's also a propeller on the back side of the submarine and other hydrodynamic control fins. The submarine's hull provides buoyancy and protects the internal structures of the submarine from the external environment. Though submarines are versatile and capable of evading enemies, pirates have attacked them in numerous instances. Pirates in Somalia are desperate and willing to take over ships in exchange for huge ransoms. But what happens when these seafaring marauders with rusty AK-47s and rickety boats set their sights on a U.S. Navy submarine? Is it going to be a Hollywood blockbuster-level showdown, or something else entirely? Before we get to the fight between Somali pirates and submarines, let's quickly look at where the pirates come from. After Somalia fell in 1991, there was no longer any protection along the coast, so foreign fishing boats emptied the waters, leaving coastal communities without food. When the primary source of income in the area turned to crime, the defense of their waters turned into dangerous attacks. Simple boats evolved into fast ships equipped with GPS and guns, and ransoms soared from thousands to millions. These pirates were not romantic heroes, but sea business tycoons backed by warlords and criminal networks. They dominated the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean, where no ship from tanker to yacht was safe. The world watched as these makeshift crews outsmarted warships. However, the desire for peace in Somalia, not the battles at sea, was what finally put an end to piracy. As Somalia tried to find peace, being a pirate became more dangerous than being a fisherman, and Somalia's tighter patrols finally broke the pirates' power. However, pirates are still a threat. There are still pirate ships at sea, and sometimes they even dare to challenge submarines. Why would a pirate ship ever try to challenge a submarine? If a pirate wanted to attack a sub, why would they do that? Would they also attack a military submarine? In the early 21st century, the Horn of Africa became famous for more daring attacks on commercial ships. Poverty, lawlessness, and the potential for large ransom payments were the primary driving forces behind these attacks. Of course, attacking a military submarine would be a foolish thing to do. Naval submarines are some of the world's most advanced and heavily armed ships. They're designed to be both stealthy and deadly. Their sonar systems give them unmatched underwater awareness, and their torpedoes or cruise missiles can quickly destroy any surface ship. Somali pirates operate in small, nimble skiffs with limited weaponry, usually rifles and the occasional rocket-propelled grenade. They stand no chance against any submarine. Attempting to attack a submerged submarine would likely end with the pirates losing their lives before they knew what hit them. In contrast to commercial ships, submarines don't carry valuable cargo, at least not in the usual sense. Since Somali pirates' main goal was to stop global trade, they would only be able to get a little in return for ransom or by negotiating. The act would have enormous political and military effects, and any country whose submarine was attacked would probably be inspired to take swift and decisive action in response. This would be the end of the pirates. On top of that, modern submarines are designed to be very quiet, making them hard to spot, even with special equipment. And Somali pirates don't have the advanced sonar systems needed to track submerged submarines. There is a small chance that they might find a submarine if the pirates are using a Narco-Submarine, which is a basic semi-submersible that drug cartels use to transport drugs. These boats aren't nearly as high-tech as naval submarines, but they still often try to avoid being caught by going underwater. Can you imagine? When pirates strike a submarine, would they be that brave? Or maybe that stupid? Or would they just not care? Tell us what you think in the comments below. So what happens when pirate thieves attack a submarine? They attempt to take it out. After all, the Indian Ocean has been a battleground for marine crime for a long time. For years, Somali pirates have terrorized commercial shipping lanes due to their poverty and the possibility of receiving large ransoms. But a new, more sneaky threat has emerged: the Narco-Sub. These semi-submersible vessels were made to transport illegal drugs invisibly, which made them a unique challenge for both anti-piracy forces and for the pirates themselves. The main question is, what would happen if a group of Somali pirates ran into a narco-sub in their usual way of doing business? Most Somali pirates use a very unique set of strategies. They like to move quickly and sneak up on their targets, and they do this by using small, fast boats that are armed with light weapons like AK-47s and sometimes even rocket-propelled grenades. Their main goal is usually to board a commercial ship, take it hostage, and hold it hostage while they negotiate a fee. They've been violent in the past, but their main goal is to make money, not to hurt people. Narco-subs, on the other hand, are very different beasts. They were built by drug cartels to avoid being caught, and their weapons are primarily small arms meant to scare off coast guards who aren't properly equipped. These ships are not meant to fight, and their crews, which are a mix of cartel enforcers and desperate locals looking for a little bit of extra side money, are very motivated to protect their valuable cargo, which is usually worth millions of dollars on the black market. A meeting between the two would make for an incredibly dangerous mix. Pirates might first be drawn to the strange shape of a narco-sub and see a chance to get an enormous reward. However, they must do a very complicated risk assessment when they learn more about their target. Narco-subs don't have any valuable hostages like commercial ships do, and their crews are men who have everything to lose in a fight that could destroy the cargo and sink the boat. That would mean that millions of dollars worth of illegal drugs could go to the ocean plains. This would be terrible news for the pirates and the gang behind the operation. The pirates have better weapons, but need help pushing a narco-submarine to the surface with their underwater skills. They could mostly use warning shots or other annoying tactics, though trying a full-on attack has a high chance of failing and could lead to retaliation from the cartel forces, which the pirates probably want to avoid. The history of Somali pirates is a sobering reminder of what can happen when you misjudge a target. Attacks on military ships like the one in 2006 involving the USS Cape St. George and the USS Gonzales were decisively repelled, showing how dire these criminal groups' intentions are. Pirates might overestimate the danger, leading to a small battle that could even make other pirate groups aware of a possible prize. It's impossible to know what would happen in such an extensive battle. The cautious group of pirates might eventually pull out, choosing to track the narco-sub in the hopes of taking advantage of a mechanical failure or a change of plans on the part of the smugglers. However, if fighting breaks out, the confined nature of a narco-sub and the ocean's vastness give those on the defensive a clear advantage. But before discussing whether submarines can crash into ships, here's what happens. What takes place when Somali pirates attack a warship of the U.S. Navy? The true story happens about 25 nautical miles off the coast of Somalia on March 18, 2006. Two U.S. Navy warships patrolled the seas as part of Combined Task Force 150, a multinational mission to fight terrorism and piracy. On the horizon, there was a blip. At first, fishing boats were just another sight in these waters, but something seemed off about this one. It wasn't an average fishing boat. It was a big diesel-powered skiff that Somali pirates like, and there were two smaller attack boats with it. The boats looked like a typical pirate, small, fast, and armed. The USS Cape St. George, a Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser, and the USS Gonzales, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer based in Norfolk, Virginia, moved to meet them. Naval troops become even more suspicious when they saw what looked like rocket-propelled grenade launchers in the hands of people on the bigger boat. Because Somalia is so poor and doesn't follow the law, piracy was common in these seas. Merchant ships were often targeted, and their goods could fetch huge ransoms. Attacking U.S. battleships was a considerable step up, and the chase continued. The Navy ships got closer, but they kept a safe distance. Boarding teams were put together on rigid H-inflatable boats, or R-ribs. Their job was to look into the pirates' claims, confirm them, and, if necessary, capture them. Things took a dramatic turn as the ribs approached the diesel boat. The people on board weren't fishers, they were pirates who wouldn't give up. They ran for the coast, and the ribs were right behind them. The chase showed how unfair this fight's diesel was, fighting against fast U.S. Navy boats. The pirates couldn't win this race. The pirates did what they did and killed everybody just before dawn. They shot at the ribs. First, rocket-propelled grenades flew through the air. Then automatic guns went off in short bursts. Either the men were careless because they were trapped, or they had no idea how lucky they would survive. It was clear what the rules were, and the U.S. Navy ships were allowed to defend themselves. The reaction came quickly and in large numbers. Another group of smaller weapons joined Cape St. George and Gonzales machine guns in firing back. The flood of fire shook the water around the pirates' boat. The pirates' fate, the bigger diesel boat carrying fuel drums, was the first to be hit. When tracer shots hit a drum, it caught fire, and the ship caught fire and burned into the water. The pirates were in a state of chaos. When the people on the smaller attack skiffs saw that their main ship was on fire, they finally gave up on their pointless fight. There was 1 pirate death and 5 injuries, the lucky ones. The rest were arrested, while U.S. Navy teams rushed to the burning wreckage to look for possible survivors. Dutch medical staff were quickly sent to help the hurt as part of the combined task team. RPG launchers, automatic guns, and the burned-out remains of the ships were used as proof. What happened next was the event sent shockwaves through efforts to stop pirates. The International Maritime Organization had told ships many times that the coast of Somalia was incredibly dangerous, but attacks had increased even though more ships were in the area. The event in 2006 brought to light a disturbing truth. These pirates were so desperate that they were ready to risk their lives against forces that were much stronger than they were. The pirate networks got a clear message from the event. Even the most potent military ships can be attacked, and if you engage them, terrible things will happen. So what do they do to avoid theft threats? How do subs avoid being sunk by pirates? Submarines avoid piracy risks primarily because of how they're built and because their presence is a strong deterrent. Because they're made to work underwater, threats like pirate ships can't see them very well. Modern submarines can stay underwater for long periods and try to reduce their sound signature as much as possible by using modern propulsion systems, sound dampening materials, and incredibly careful operation. Pirates don't have access to advanced sound systems and have difficulty avoid being caught. On the other hand, submarines have better sonar, which lets them find possible risks like pirate ships long before they become targets themselves. Even if a submarine is found, it still has significant tactical benefits. Because it can move around beneath, it can change depth, speed, and direction more quickly and efficiently than ships on the surface, which makes it hard to catch. Underwater submarines also work at depths that makes pirates' light guns useless. Additionally, pirates know that modern Navy ships are powerful, and the thought that an unknown submarine might be helpful to the military scares them away. Pirates were decisively defeated when they tried to attack the USS Cape St. George and the USS Gonzales in the past. This serves as a strong deterrent. Pirates look for commercial ships that are easy to take over and hold for ransom or money. A submarine doesn't give any of these things. and there's also a high chance of being attacked quickly and severely, leading to many fatalities. So it's not a good target from a military point of view. And thinking about what could go wrong, like narco-subs or surfacing because of technical issues, is essential. However, submarines are very good at avoiding piracy because they're stealthy, have tactical benefits, and naturally scare people away. And it makes you wonder, are pirates brave enough or crazy enough to attack a submarine? And if they decided to, what would their tactics be? How would they go about such an assault? And ultimately, in the end, would it be worth their time and effort, considering that most of them would have no idea how to pilot or operate the vehicle? Regardless, the odds of pirates actually attacking a submarine are probably small. It's unlikely that they would decide to attack one on purpose. And this brings us to the end of our video today. If you enjoyed it, make sure you show your support by pressing the like button and subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring the bell icon so you'll never miss another video after we upload it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.